Hello everyone, it's Heather. I am filming this from the Springhill Suites in Wrentham, Plainville, Massachusetts, where we are staying for 7 nights. And I've already made a video about this room, but this video I specifically want to talk about. I've said this in the past and now I'm sticking to it. Why I am done staying at Marriott properties. Before I start, I would like to invite you to subscribe to my channel. If you enjoy travel content and travel videos, please be sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of my travel content. I also want to say first off that one of the writers for The Points Guy, which is a very, if you're not aware, is a really big travel website. They write tons of articles about travel topics. Recently said, he said a few times now in the past, just the same as me, that he was not going to stay at Marriott properties anymore, that Marriott's standards in customer service and cleanliness had really gone downhill. And then he went to Hilton, which is the same thing as me, but that now he's not satisfied with Hilton either because they've stopped providing daily housekeeping. Daily housekeeping was something that went away because of the pandemic, which was totally understandable. But now both, I think Hilton and Marriott, I know Hilton for sure and maybe Marriott too, have decided they're just never going to do daily housekeeping again ever. And I understand the reasons. It's a cost saving measure for them and a way to get around staff shortages and things like that. But especially when you're staying somewhere for a longer stay, it's a real inconvenience to the guest. And so far, it hasn't been a problem for us because when we run out of something, we call and they very happily just are like, no problem, and they bring it. Today was a different story, and that's what I'm going to tell you about in this video. Okay, I do want to say this hotel is brand new. I think it's like 6 months old or less, and it's very, very clean. The only thing I noticed was there were some like food crumbs under the couch cushions, which could easily be missed. It should not be missed. They should be vacuuming under the couch cushions just like I do at home when I vacuum. But anyway, the main part of the room and the bathroom are very, very clean and spotless. The public areas are also very clean. And the beds are comfortable. We've been sleeping well in the beds. As I pointed out in the room tour video, there are a number of issues with the room that it's kind of the same things I've talked about in the past, like in this video, where I talk about practical problems with hotel rooms. They're doing some strange things in hotel rooms that are problematic that I really wish they would change. I can't figure it out. It's like a while back they decided that nobody unpacks anymore, and so let's get rid of all the dressers and chest of drawers and things like that, which that I understand. But like now, they've gone like to the extreme the other way, where they don't even give you any place to put your suitcase. And so like this has this big walk-in closet. Are they expecting us all to completely unpack our suitcases and put everything in the walk-in closet and then tuck our suitcases away in there or something? Because there's no drawers in this room. And there's nothing to set your suitcase on other than the thing that we came up with, which go back and watch the room tour to see what I'm talking about there. I'm just really confused by that. I mean, there's not enough floor space even to set a suitcase on the floor anywhere in this room. You would be tripping over it. You wouldn't be able to walk through the room. All right, so I want to tell you about the phone call I had today. This is our 3rd day here, and we're here for 7 nights. So we've stayed here 2 nights. And right away when we checked in, we had 1 hand towel, we had 3 bath towels, and we had 1 washcloth. That's what there was for bath linens when we checked into this hotel room, okay? This is a room that sleeps 5. And there are 3 of us, and we're here for 7 nights. I don't care who you are. That is not an adequate number of towels and washcloths for a room of this size or that many guests or that length of stay. And housekeeping should have put a full set of towels and washcloths in our bathroom when we checked in, especially since they're not going to be doing daily housekeeping. we should have enough to, I mean, that isn't even enough for us for the first day we're here. For sure, we need more than one hand towel and more than one washcloth. And then we always run out of tissues. We always run out of Kleenex. I feel like when they have the little built-in things that hold the Kleenex in the bathrooms, those empty out really fast. I feel like the boxes that go in those, we can't access it. We can't get to that box, and it's run out now. You get to the different colored tissues at the end, and you only have a couple left. We got to those couple of tissues this morning, and so now we don't have any left. Now, the first night we were here, I asked for an extra box of tissues, and we have that, which Megan just pointed out. However, I know we're going to run out of that too. And I really would like to take some tissues with us in the car. We always have a box of tissues in our car at home, and we use those a lot. We just use a lot of tissues. We have allergies, and I mean, when you're wearing your mask all day, and when you're eating in the car, there's just a lot of reasons we need Kleenex. And so I know we're going to run through that other box. And so since I was calling, I thought, well, I'll just add that to the fact that we need more towels and stuff. There's also no extra rolls of toilet paper in the bathroom. There's 2 toilet paper holders, and there's 1 roll on each, but there's no extras anywhere in the bathroom. And running out of toilet paper is a really bad thing if you run out of toilet paper. So I asked for an extra roll of toilet paper. And then we had very strange toiletry products in the bathroom. There were 2 bars of soap when we got here, but they were the same. They were both body bars. There's no facial bar. But I don't stay at Marriott properties enough to know what their normal bath products are. So we have one of those by the sink for our hands and one of them in the shower. And then we had one kind of shampoo conditioner combo, a little travel size thing, and then another different brand of just conditioner. And that's it. They didn't match. The brands didn't match. And there was just those. There was nothing else. There was no lotion, nothing else. No other products of any kind. And I've always shown you, Hilton has exclusive Neutrogena merchandise. And they carry all Neutrogena products. And I've never not had them. Only once at that hotel in Baltimore, I think. Was it there? There's been 1 or 2 times where they accidentally gave us 2 of one thing and not something else, which I could easily see them doing that. When they're pulling the little bottles out of the cart, you could easily mix them up, I guess, but that's not a big deal. So I called housekeeping's room, and we need a few things, which they should totally be expecting because they're not providing daily housekeeping. And so I said, we have enough bath towels, but I said we could really use 4 hand towels and 4 washcloths. And then I asked for a box of Kleenex, a roll of toilet paper, and some more shampoo and conditioner. Okay, after everything I said, she said, there's a national shortage of that, and we can only bring you what you need. And I'm like, okay, that made me very upset right away. You should not be saying that to a hotel guest. We have stayed at, 20 different hotels or something over the course of the pandemic in, I don't even know how many states, all over the country. And we've gone to many different states. And anytime I've had to call and ask for something, they literally say, sure thing, we'll bring that right away. That's it. That's the whole conversation. And this time, after everything I said, there's a national shortage of that. I can only bring you what you need. And she started arguing with me because then I felt like I had to defend our needs. And I'm like, okay, first of all, the hand towel we have, the one that was in the room when we got here, and then the one other one they brought me when I asked for more towels on the first night, are completely soaked through because we've dried our hands on them so many times. They're not very thick. And so I'm sorry, they're not functioning as towels anymore. We need new towels. Or at least can you dry them or something, And there's 3 of us, and we have 1 washcloth. And we'd each, like Megan went to take a shower last night, and it's like, what where's the washcloth? And I'm like, we'd like to each have a washcloth. Number one, you don't tell yes, we're all aware there's shortages of things, but I am calling BS, because in no other hotel that I have stayed at over the past 2 years now, during the pandemic, have they ever said anything to me about I can't bring you something because there's national shortages. That's not good customer service. You should not be saying that to your guest. If you don't have something, then you say, I'm so sorry, we're out of that right now, but I'll bring you the rest of the things you need, or I can bring you this instead, or try to offer something else, whatever. But the hotel is responsible for having the things that the guest needs that you should be expecting. You should expect towels in your bathroom. You should expect to have toilet paper. You should expect to have soap. I don't think these are unreasonable things. Okay. So she, number one, shouldn't be telling me about national shortages and making excuses. Number two, she should not be arguing with me about whether we really need it or not. She said like 3 times, I can only bring you what you really need right now. And I'm like, I'm telling you what we really need right now. That's why I called you. So that really bothered me. And then the other thing was, we're just completely baffled by her insistence that there's a national shortage of towels. When you open a hotel, shouldn't you have enough towels for every room in the hotel? Okay, there's that. Secondly, towels are a renewable resource. You wash them and dry them in the laundry, and then they use them again. How do you have a national shortage of towels? Go to Kohl's or Target down the street and buy more towels if you have to. There's plenty of towels in the store. Don't tell me there's a national shortage of towels, okay? Yeah, fine. There might be a Marriott shortage of Marriott's towels that they use, the white towels or whatever. But when you opened the hotel, you should have had enough towels for every guest room. So I can't figure that out. To me, that's her saying, we can't do our laundry fast enough. Or something. I can't figure that out. That doesn't make any sense to me at all, how you wouldn't have enough towels. Because you did not give us enough towels for the number of people that are staying in this room or the capacity of this room. So where are the rest of the towels that should have been in this room from the beginning? Why don't you have that many? You put me in a position where I felt I had to defend myself as the guest and say, we need these things. And I told her, I said, I've stayed in, I think I said, 7 hotels in 6 different states in the past 2 months, and you're the first person who's ever told me this. Well, of course they are, because that's horrible customer service to say something like that to a guest. I kind of feel like here at this hotel, they have an issue with training their people. It's not everybody. We've had a couple, the woman who checked us in was great, and the guy who came up here, there are 2 different guys that came up here about the trundle bed were fine. And very friendly and nice. But the other girl that was working at the front desk was like, could she any more obviously not want to be working? And seemed like very annoyed. She practically rolled her eyes at me. And then the lady that I called in housekeeping, terrible customer service, saying things that you should not say to a guest, arguing with the guest, making the guest defend their needs, and telling them things that you really shouldn't be telling them. And sorry, I think she's also lying because, or making up an excuse to cover for something that's wrong within the hotel that they don't want to admit to. Maybe. I don't know, but it's just really put me off of Marriott yet again. And there's something wrong, Marriott, with your training or your customer service or your overall thing with your people, because it's a problem and it's really turned me off to staying at Marriott properties. Has anybody else encountered anything where somebody at a hotel that works at a hotel told you that there's a shortage of something? I'm not saying that's not true. Maybe it is hard for them to get some supplies. Maybe it is hard for them to get shampoo and conditioner. Maybe it is hard for them to get toilet paper and Kleenex and things like that. I understand that. But there should not be a shortage within a hotel of an item that you have in the hotel all the time that's reusable, like towels. That doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, that'd be like saying you don't have enough sheets for the beds. You know how many beds you have. They all need sheets. You know how many bathrooms you have. They all need towels. So that doesn't make any sense to me. That sounds more like it's a staffing problem or an issue with the laundry or something. Has anybody else encountered anything like this? And do you agree with me that it's just very unprofessional for the housekeeping person to argue with me as a guest and like accuse me of asking for things we don't really need, and then making me defend that we really need the thing, and just repeating over and over? I mean, she said it like 6 times. There's a national shortage of that. There's a national shortage of that. There's a national shortage of that. And it just really struck me because I have not heard that from any other housekeeping person when I've called to request something ever. I mean, if you're not going to offer daily housekeeping in your hotels, fine. That's a business decision that you've made, or a decision for the safety and health of your staff and your guests. I totally understand that. But if you're not going to offer that, you need to be ready to bring the guest whatever they need right now when they need it, which has been our experience at every other hotel we've stayed at, which I should add have all been Hilton properties. One other thing I want to say that really bothered us: everybody who came to our door, which has been 3 people now, 2 maintenance guys and the girl from the front desk who brought us up the towels I asked for on the first night, the bath towels, none of them were wearing a mask. Don't tell me you can't do daily housekeeping because you're worried about the pandemic, and then you have people coming to the guest door without masks on. I didn't like that at all. We all we were like, just a second, and we make a point of putting on our masks before we answer the door. But then none of them had masks on, but they're wearing masks downstairs in the public areas. And the current CDC guidelines for everybody are that everybody should be wearing a mask inside if it's high transmission, which right now is everywhere. Basically, everywhere is high or substantial transmission, and so everybody everywhere should be wearing a mask inside. And so there's no excuse for that.
Hello again. I have to make a little addendum to this video because I forgot to tell you guys something, and more happened since I made the video. Okay, first of all, as we were like, it's a long story. We were actually contemplating checking out of this hotel because we were so frustrated. But I realized I probably couldn't do that because I looked at Hilton properties and everything around here is either sold out or is way over my budget. There were only like 3 places that still had any rooms left, and I don't think I have enough money to afford it, especially given that both Enterprise for the rental car and Springhill Suites have huge holds of like $2,000 or $1,000 to $2,000 each on my credit card, and I don't think that hold would get released in time for me to have enough on my card to check in someplace else. And we're all settled in that room and we really don't want to move. We decided we're just going to leave for the day. It's been pouring down rain all morning, so that's frustrating because we were supposed to go to these pretty gardens today that we have tickets for that I paid for, and I'm not sure how we're supposed to do that when it's raining and there's a flash flood warning. We're apparently right now in the path of 2 hurricanes, so that's fun. Anyway, as we were walking out the door to leave the room, a very nice gentleman from the housekeeping staff who had a mask on brought us a bag of everything we asked for and then some. It had a box of Kleenex, it had a roll of toilet paper, 3 bottles of conditioning shampoo, which we did not need that many, and a huge abundance of towels. Okay. I specifically told her we did not need any more bath towels. We now have like 12 bath towels in the closet, which we did not need. But she gave me more than I asked for of washcloths and hand towels, and so I have them stashed. I replaced the ones in the bathroom and have them stashed all over. So now we have enough for each of us to have our own hand towel, our own washcloth, which is really nice. But again, that just makes me wonder, what she's telling me doesn't make sense. So I don't know. I mean, we're definitely not greedy towel people, but just like I was saying,
Towel people.
yeah, when there's multiple people in a room and you're staying for an extended period of time, I mean, I would definitely want to switch out my towels at home, you know, at least that frequently. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, we're going to stay here. We just had kind of a rough morning, and everybody we've talked to, I guess I have to say this. Everybody we've encountered at the hotel has been very friendly and nice, with the exception of 2 people. That's how I should put it. That one bored, don't love my job girl at the front desk, and the lady I spoke to with housekeeping today, who, based on what she said to me, I think was the housekeeping manager. Maybe she's just having a rough time. Maybe she's having a bad day. I don't know. I still don't think she should have said the things she said to me, and definitely should not have been arguing and making me defend what we need and what we don't. But I'm going to just give her some grace and let it go. And I don't know. I'm still probably not going to stay at Marriott though again.
So anyway, that's my story. What do you guys think? Have you encountered anything like this? Do you agree with me that that was really poor customer service and that they shouldn't be saying stuff like that to the guest? Let me know your thoughts. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And again, be sure you're subscribed to the channel. It really helps us out. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps the channel out. Have a great day, everyone, and safe travels.